Welcome back to the home team. Western's men's hockey team hosted the Faceoff at the Forks at Budweiser Gardens in January. We interviewed a couple of the local players heading into the event.
For local Mustangs, Kyle Pettit and Ethan Szypula, their first memories of Budweiser Gardens, at the time the John Labatt Center, are the 2004-05 Memorial Cup winning London Knights.
When I first saw Bud Gardens, I was pretty amazed by how big it was. Compared to the other rinks that I've been to, it's pretty unbelievable that they could fit that many people into it. It's not like any other OHL rink where it holds about 9,000 every night and all the fans come every night. So I just remember going and watching, and I remember specifically watching the Memorial Cup team. I think it was 2004 and 2005. They won that year and they just dominated every game.
I remember the parade too, and even though it wasn't at the Gardens, it was a great experience. It was one of those big things that was great to come in.
Both played more than 300 regular season games in the OHL, but playing at the Bud was a little extra special.
It's always fun to play at Bud Gardens, and that was exactly it. Being from London, and London was in our division and conference, so we were here a lot. So it was something that I always look forward to, and growing up too, it was one of those things you always wanted to play there, and it's something that I was very fortunate enough to do.
Definitely an experience for sure. London always has a good team, and my first year, Erie wasn't doing too well, and London was obviously just coming off from a championship, and they had the likes of Bo Horvat and Scott Harrington, all those guys. So it was definitely pretty crazy to watch it the year before at home, seeing those guys play and then being able to play against them the year after.
Szypula scored 2 goals in front of friends and family in London, while Pettit scored 3. All of Pettit's goals came in games that were nationally broadcast on Sportsnet.
It was pretty crazy to play in front of all those fans, and then especially in a Sportsnet game as well. It was definitely something that I'll never forget.
The roles are reversed in the face-off at the Forks, and both players will play at Budweiser Gardens, with the home fans on their side.
I've never been on the home side of Bud Gardens, and the promoting that we've done here has been great, and we got a great student body here at Western, so I'm excited to kind of have that purple and white at the game, and to kind of see everybody cheering for us, and feeling that electricity on our side for sure.
Reporting for the home team, I'm Greg Bowman.
And now we have highlights of the game between Guelph and Western. Just over a minute into the game, Western winds their way into the zone, and it's London native Matthew Watson who tucks the backhander past Andrew Masters to give Western the early lead. Not long after that, the Mustangs are killing a penalty. Zach Core lifts the puck down the ice, and it bounces right onto the stick of Kamoka native Kyle Pettit, who chips it past Masters to put the Mustangs up 2-0 on goals from a couple of local players. Guelph answers back just as the power play was set to expire. Jesse Sabin fires it from the top of the circle, and it beats a screened Luke Parasini to bring the Gryphons back within a goal. Skipping ahead to the second period, and Guelph ties it up. A cross-ice pass from Connor Bramwell finds the stick of Matthew Timms, and the former London Knight knots the game up at 2. A power play for the Mustangs later in the second, and the shot comes from captain Rylan Bechtel and is banged home by Reed Morrison for his second point of the game and puts Western up 3-2 after 2 periods. In the third, there's a mad scramble for the puck in front of Parasini, and it eventually finds its way to the stick of Ted Nickel. The former Kingston Frontenac captain ties the game at 3. Just 18 seconds later, off the face-off win, Stephen DeRoche backhands it on net and follows up his own shot to whack it past Masters and restores Western's 1-goal lead, 4-3 for the Mustangs. And they would keep coming. On what looked like a harmless play, Morrison picks up the puck off of a turnover and directs it towards the net, where Kyle Langdon gets a stick on it to deflect it 5-hole and give Western a 2-goal cushion. The refs did have a look at this play, but ruled that Langdon's stick was below the crossbar. Guelph responds with a goal of their own just over 2 minutes later. Off another scramble, Nickel is once again in the right place at the right time, and he blasts it past Parasini, and Guelph is within a goal with 4 minutes to go. But that was as close as the Gryphons would get, as the Mustangs take the inaugural face-off at the Forks, 5-4 against Guelph from Budweiser Gardens. Coming up on the home team.
These kids are qualifying today. This is their only chance to qualify.